Hi, I'm Parker Miley.
And I'm Tim Benjamin.
And this is the Rage Podcast, where today we're going to talk about the most annoying thing anyone has ever faced.
Yeah, it's the bane of humanity. It's the worst idea we ever had, and we should completely destroy it immediately. And if you're in favor of what we're about to talk about, go ahead and click off this video now, because you're not going to enjoy what we had to say. So,
And
Parker, what are we destroying today?
We're destroying daylight savings time.
Why? Why are we still doing this? I mean, this is the worst idea ever. I understand 100 years ago when we started this thing that, you know, we needed to do something. I don't know what it was, but whatever it is that has to have passed by now, can we please, for the love of God, stay on the same time?
Here's what I'm going to say, because now you all have probably had this experience before. In the current day and age, how it gets more annoying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So your phone automatically sets.
Mm-hmm.
It does it by itself. My smartwatch, probably Tim's smartwatch, sets itself. Your TVs, well, it depends on if you have a I mean,
a smart or dumb TV.
Yeah, for the most part, your computers all set themselves. So we don't
but
really.
You know what doesn't set itself? My oven, which is my main clock in my house. And I nearly took the Lord's name in vain trying to figure out how to change that. Every 6 months or so, I got to do that.
What my biggest pet peeve was, it was Sunday morning, and this Sunday for me, which was last Sunday, yesterday, was a very stressful and high strict schedule Sunday. Yeah, get me in frame.
Yeah.
But I had, obviously church regular Sunday morning stuff, but right after church, I had an FFA banquet and everything else going on that is entailed with that. So it was a stressful Sunday. I wake up, I get into my car, I turn it on, and I'm like, why am I awake?
Which is a question everybody asks themselves on Sunday morning, yes.
And then I realized, so then I pull my phone out, I check at my watch, and I'm like, well, 2 out of 3 says I'm right.
Yeah.
And so then, I go through the thing, and because I've obviously daylight savings time has been around for a while, I know how to change the time on in my car real easy.
I don't yet. The Beetle's still an hour behind. Because here's the deal. There are 2 buttons on my clock in the Beetle. For some reason, every time I push one, all it does is go from Fahrenheit to Celsius on the temperature. I don't know why. I don't know why that's even a thing. So I push it, and it switches to Celsius. So now, not only do I not know what time it is, I don't know what the temperature is anymore either. So... yeah, and it takes me usually about 2 weeks after daylight savings time to remember how the combination of those 2 buttons changes the time rather than the temperature, and it's very annoying.
The Beetle does have a mind of its own.
Yes, well, he's also German, so he's not real happy, but yes. So, but yeah, I'm not a fan. I want to tell you a true story. Growing up, and if I know my dad is not technologically able to watch things like this, but if he was able to, he would comment and tell me the story my son just told is true. My dad has 2 watches. One on daylight savings time, one on the other time, and he just switches watches because he cannot figure out how to reset his clock. So he has 2 watches. So last Sunday, my dad went to his summer watch to be able to know what time it was.
That is awesome.
That is a true story.
That is awesome.
And I have no doubt that every clock in his house is still wrong. And thank God he's retired, because he would not have been to work on time either. So, yeah.
Because I'm probably relying on the alarm clock that you actually have to change.
Yeah. If Dad had to get to an alarm clock, he'd probably, it wouldn't happen. Yeah. I really think, though, that the reason daylight savings time is still a thing, it's seriously a troll on old people. Because it's like, how cruel could that be? Because they don't have anything that resets its own clock. And so that was like, every clock in your house is now screwed up.
Yeah.
And so all the kids like us are going to go over to our parents' house, and the first thing I would do is spend 3 hours changing all the clocks. That's literally why I only have my oven clock in my house, because then I only have to deal with that one. And to make the troll even worse, in our sanctuary, and Parker can back me up on this one, there's a clock in there that's supposed to be an atomic clock that does not set itself. Now, here's the problem. If you know anything about atomic clocks, there's no way to set them. If it doesn't reset itself, you're screwed. So we have to literally move the clock around the church until it finds the signal, and like 3 weeks later, we'll come in and, it's suddenly on the right time now. True story.
And it's what makes me more frustrated is the fact that probably just maybe 4 Sundays ago we had to change the fucking camera.
Because the battery died in it. It's like now God is trolling us. Because, So
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, daylight savings time. And you know what also made me mad? I woke up this morning and it was pitch black out.
Yeah.
There was not even a glimpse of sunlight.
Yeah.
Because, like, St. Mary's starts school really early compared to any of the surrounding schools. Like, 7:25 is when our first class begins. So, like, you wake up pretty early.
Oh, yeah.
And,
you probably went through your first period or two before you even got a
glimpse of sunlight.
Yeah.
But so now I was like, this is annoying because the days leading up before the change, it's
getting there.
And then we do this.
And now it's going to be light until long after my bedtime. But I get up and it's still dark because that's how intelligent we are. Is we figured out how to torture ourselves in this way. So
it doesn't make much sense when you really think about it anymore.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah, because you can't tell me that we don't turn the lights on. I mean, maybe back in the day we did, but now I just turn the light on and I'm annoyed. So I'm
also
failing
can't
to
say
see
like,
the
and
point.
for all the people who say, well, it was for like, in history it was because when you worked, you had to have, daylight and everything. And I was like, you can't tell me that people, like, even today are working from sun up to sundown. Like, I mean, like, most people...
Yeah, the sun has no relevance anymore.
And I was like, the sun no longer can tell me when I cannot work.
Yeah, that's right. Because I don't know if you've noticed it here, but if we tilted the thing up so you can see the ceiling, there are lights in here.
And if you're working in a place that doesn't have lights or clocks...
Yeah. You don't care what time it is. So why are we changing time? There's literally no reason to do this anymore. So we're just needing to get with the
several
time.
states have stopped having.
Yeah, Arizona's one of them.
Arizona, yeah, my grandparents live in Arizona. They have no sense of time.
It
over
wasn't
there.
until just within the last generation that the section of Indiana not far from here started observing it.
Yeah.
Which all due respect and apology to that section of the country that was doing it right till we talked them out of it.
Yeah, isn't that right?
But I do not. I fail to see the point of why we're still doing this. Me as a morning person, and about 8:30 at night, I'm useless, and I it just annoys me a lot. And
at 8:30 is when the sun is like shining and it's like warm.
Yeah. Yes. Whoever came up with daylight savings time owes me money for the blackout curtains I had to buy because I hold you personally responsible for me having to do that. So I don't want you to think I'm salty about it, even though I'm really salty about it. Mm-hmm.
But even with that, it's just what actual time am I at?
Yeah.
When you really think about it, we take an hour and we gain an hour.
Yep.
So at some random point within the year, we have no actual clue what time it really is. I mean, like, it's just like, it's actually weird. It's weird.
What I would have been really interested to know is our youth minister here at Wayne Street, Don, was at an all-night volleyball event that night. So I'm having to ask Don how long he was actually there. Do you know how long you were actually there? Because I don't know that you do. Because somewhere
how do we know?
How
do we know they're only taking away an hour?
Yeah.
Who's really behind daylight savings times? Tell me that much.
Yeah. Clearly the who does everything? The Masons. It had to be the Masons.
Yep, it was the Masons.
Those Masons.
Definitely.
They're doing everything. I'm telling you.
They're the people behind.
And if this video gets canceled by YouTube because we mentioned the Masons, we know you did it. So
there's a lot of Masons in this church. You better watch out.
No, I love the Masons, and I'm sure that they're way smarter than to change the clocks for no apparent reason.
But it's what is the point? Well, I mean, but now you got me thinking. Which is a really bad thing.
This topic? Okay.
Because think about time in general. So we did a Rage podcast maybe a couple months ago.
Okay.
About a topic about how we're losing time. Like the world's actually currently losing. There's actually no longer just 24 hours in an actual day.
Right.
There's technically the world is losing an actual time frame. So say within the next millions of years, if we're here, they're going to have to readjust their time frame because it's not going to be 24 hours and all these other things, or we could go completely to the other spectrum and be losing 24 hours. So there's this whole problem with time, and we're over here saying, we'll just take an hour off, add an hour on.
Actually, you think about it that way. Technically, what we're doing is we're borrowing an hour from November. No, we're borrowing an hour from March. To live in November. That's literally what we're doing.
Yeah, it makes no sense though.
Yeah.
Why? But shouldn't it?
But isn't that what we're doing?
Reversed? Okay, so we lose an hour.
Lose an hour, so we're borrowing this hour so we can live this hour in November when the time goes back an hour.
Yeah.
So we're taking an hour from March and adding an hour to November.
Which
for
is
no reason
pointless.
that I
Absolutely
cannot
pointless.
understand. So
It doesn't make sense.
and now we've totally warped your mind.
No.
Everybody's like, I want my hour back.
Yeah.
And technically, I guess if for whatever reason you don't live until November, your hour's just gone.
Yeah.
You don't get to cash it
There's
in. You're
no,
done.
yeah, there's
you're
no,
done.
I was listening to WBCL and they were saying there's no quicker way to lose an hour than
Daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time or second best scrolling on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. Actually, those two are just neck and neck for the worst waste of time there is. Yeah.
But it was just, I was like, how weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the top century of, we're pretty progressed a lot over the last couple of years.
We can fight cancer, and we know nanotechnology, and
we still
and yet we decide randomly in March that we want to make everyone lose an hour of sleep and make a bunch of old people get upset because their clocks are all blinking the wrong time. So,
You know what? One day, Tim, the technology we have, they're going to do a different time change. It won't be able to handle.
I know.
It's the
I know. It's like
actually.
the new Y2K.
Yeah, it's going to be a curse or something.
In fact, somebody kind of reset the clock. I don't know if you can see the clock right there. And I'm looking at it. It actually has the right time. I wonder how that happened. Did it have the right time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look how long it took us.
Off a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's off a couple minutes, but it's not off an hour. So there you go. And so somebody reset the clock since then and put the wrong time on it. So whoever did that in Wayne Street, thank you. Thank you for that.
We're only a couple minutes behind instead of an hour.
Instead of a whole hour. So yeah, appreciate that.
But yes, being called the Rage Podcast, you have to.
Every once in a while, we just feel the need to destroy something. And today, this is what it is.
And daylight savings time is a perfect example of.
It's a worthy thing to be mad about.
Doesn't it sound like daylight savings times? Don't you think that? There's probably a daylight savings time committee.
Yeah.
Okay, but
just give me a coupon. I'll take my hour whenever I want it. Why do I have to have it in November?
It's like. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if it was daylight savings time, except so when you're late for something, you're like, look, I still have 15 minutes on my hour.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually early. I mean, that would be awesome.
Here's the one free hour I have.
Yeah.
Take however much time.
Yeah. So, actually, if it was like that, I don't know that I'd be mad. I don't know that I'd be mad about it if it was like that. But
I could get behind something.
I have my hour whenever I wanted it. But no, I have to have it in the middle of the night in November. Thanks for that.
That's great.
So
it's well worth it in that time of November.
Yeah. So to all of you who are super awesome enthusiasts of daylight savings time who now hate our guts, please get in the comments so that we can make fun of you.
Yes.
I mean, we would appreciate that.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, because
that would make me feel better about daylight savings time.
Yeah. If you decide to defend it so we can destroy you in the comments, that would be awesome. Now, I do know there is one good thing in the world of Parker Miley. That comes to a very special event that happens around daylight savings time that we were talking about before we went on air. So, would you like to tell everybody the sacred event that happens?
So within the last 2 to 3 years of my life, I've had a strict policy that once it is so we spring forward, I wear khaki shorts. Mm-hmm. When we gain the hour in November, it's jeans.
Yep.
It's
my 35 degrees outside today. I just want to make that
my
clear.
dress is completely focused upon daylight savings time. I am either wearing pants or I am wearing shorts. It is all dependent upon the season.
And what that is, let me tell you what that is. We humans have a need to give meaning to things. So Parker says daylight savings time is stupid, so I have to give it meaning. And the meaning I'm going to give it is I'm going to dress according to daylight savings time because that makes an incredible amount of sense.
I mean, to me it does.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Only because, you hit summertime. I'm not going to be wearing jeans in the summertime.
Yeah.
The only thing that's good about daylight savings time, but here's another thing I learned. The spring solstice is not until
what, the 21st?
The 21st or 22nd.
Yeah, it's a week
So
out.
I'm like, who's really in charge of the time? Because it's the 14th today.
Yeah, we're technically still in winter.
Who's behind this? Who is behind this? I really want to know now. Who's truly
who
behind
decided this was the day?
I was like, what? Yeah, who sets the date for daylight savings time?
Yeah, that's a great question because it doesn't match up with the solstice.
Yeah, it doesn't match. Yeah, no, it doesn't. What
on
earth?
It is the Masons, isn't it?
Yes, always. Yeah. Always turn to the Masons.
Maybe it's the Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati.
Or aliens. I mean, you always have to have the aliens guy.
Well, the aliens probably are behind all of this.
Yeah,
this is actually the aliens troll on Earth.
Yeah, and you know what? well played.
Yeah,
aliens.
yeah.
That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Because we're falling for a hook, line, and sinker. We can't get away from it no matter how hard we try.
There is no escape.
No matter how angry
You have
we are.
me dressing based upon what you
That's
do.
right. So aliens now have control of Parker Miley's life. So, there you go. And, yeah, well played. Yeah.
I mean, that's enough said.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we covered it.
The Masons are controlling.
Yeah, inspired by aliens.
Yeah, inspired by aliens.
And confirmed by the Illuminati.
Confirmed by the Illuminati.
Yeah, and this video is going to get so canceled.
And what's even more pointless is it's not on the spring solstice. We're a couple days off yet.
I mean, even the ancient people built Stonehenge based on the
come
solstice,
on.
and we can't even get time change on the right day. So, yeah, we have no choice. We have no chance in civilization based on daylight savings time.
Who is the people in charge?
That's right.
That is
we thought
the
it was going to be nuclear war or something.
Yeah.
No, it's daylight savings time is going to take us out.
Now, since we gave you the challenge of commenting, I want you to do your own research and tell me who sets the date for daylight savings time.
Yes, can you find out? Because we don't know.
Because now I'm just distraught.
I'm very curious. So, all right.
Don't tell me it's that gopher. That tells me if it's
That's right. That's right. We find out it's Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney Phil is canceled.
That guy is going to get canceled.
Yeah, he's going to be canceled.
Oh my gosh.
It is Punxsutawney Phil.
Definitely
oh my
is.
gosh, I bet it is. He saw his shadow.
Yep.
We have to do daylight savings time.
Yep. It's all been a big hoax since day one.
Now I'm even more upset. Well, we have accomplished nothing in the last 15 minutes, so we hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Racist Broadcast. Parker and I debate on a lot of things, but this one we appear to agree upon. Daylight saving time is stupid. So,
and speaking on experience, I'm not quite sure, since this is kind of a Christian thing, I'm kind of going to assume, since as how Tim did his sermon yesterday, he kind of assumed what happened.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to assume Jesus wasn't a big fan of daylight savings time if it
clearly
was
not.
around. Okay?
Actually, I think the money changers were trying to change the
Absolutely.
time also. He's like, no, boys.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
Everyone thought it was from selling things in the temple.
Yeah,
It was actually the conversation of changing time.
All right, we're borderline on heresy here, so I think we went far enough. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this somewhat lighthearted episode. And
we'll get back to serious later.
That's going to be our
Maybe.
goal. I don't know. It's awfully early for us to be figuring this out now. Thanks to Daylight Savings Time. All right, guys, have a great week.